What's up, movie fans? Guys, we recently got The Mandalorian and Grogu, the first Star Wars movie in 7 years, and the reception to this movie since it came out has been pretty mixed from critics, but that didn't surprise me at all, because the reception to The Mandalorian and Grogu has been very mixed since before anyone even saw the movie. Ever since the first trailer for this movie came out, there has been a lot of backlash for it online, and to an extent, I understand where certain people are coming from. I wasn't the most excited for this movie, and I understand why a lot of people weren't excited for it. I didn't like The Mandalorian Season 3, so this movie is a sequel to a show that I and many other people think kind of fell off. And then you combine that with the fact that Star Wars, since Disney Plus came out, has just been pumping out so much content with varying degrees of quality. And yeah, I can understand why some people weren't excited. But with that being said, a lot of the backlash towards this movie has been very weird to me. Like, there have been people saying bizarre things like Star Wars movies used to be events and now we're getting this long episode of a TV show. Like, why is this a movie? That's a dumb idea for a movie. And it's like, for one thing, you haven't seen the movie yet. You don't know what the plot is. And for another thing, not every Star Wars movie has to be a huge event. Like, this is a big universe. Why can't we just have a little adventure movie starring cooler Boba Fett and Baby Yoda? And so, yeah, going into this movie, my expectations for it were pretty much, if the movie is a fun adventure movie and I enjoy it, I will like it. And if it is not a fun adventure movie and I do not enjoy it, I will not like it. And I liked it. I liked The Mandalorian and Grogu. I thought this movie was a ton of fun. Did it change my life? No, it didn't need to. It was just a really fun movie. Did it have to be a movie? Yeah, kind of. Like, this story, I'm not gonna spoil anything about it, but I don't think you could stretch it out to a season of a TV show, and I also think it's too long to be a one-episode thing. So, yeah, no, I think this did kind of have to be a movie. At the end of the day, the movie's just enjoyable. It is a fun adventure movie. It has a ton of great action set pieces. I thought there were a ton of very memorable sequences in this movie. The opening sequence was a standout for me, and there was also a sequence in the movie that I really enjoyed where the Mandalorian fights a giant snake, and I'm terrified of giant snakes and snakes in general, so that sequence also might have given me nightmares. I think the movie looks cool. It's not the best looking Star Wars movie, but the effects are cool. There is a massive emphasis on creatures in this movie. This might be the Star Wars movie with the most weird looking creatures, and I enjoyed that. I thought the two leads were fun together. I enjoyed their bond, as always. I thought there were a lot of really cute Grogu moments. I'm sorry, the Baby Yoda cuteness still works on me 7 years later. And contrary to what a lot of critics have been saying, yes, Mandalorian and Grogu do have arcs in this movie. Like, a lot of people have been saying the two main characters didn't even go through any character changes. What was the point of this at all? Like, I don't think you can make that argument. There is a character arc in this movie all about Din Djarin being kind of overprotective towards Grogu and not really trusting him on his own with anything. And then the movie kind of explores this theme about how one day Din Djarin is going to die before Grogu, and he's going to have to let Grogu be on his own. And then, minor spoilers, I'm not going to go into specifics, but there is a large portion of the movie where Grogu does end up on his own, and the two of them are separated, and Din Djarin kind of learns a lesson through that. Like, yes, he has a character arc in this movie. I think that some people are just being very weird with some of the things that they say about this film. The movie story doesn't really take any big risks. It's fairly predictable, but I genuinely think that's fine. Like, it's just a fun adventure. There are some cameos sprinkled into this movie from other pieces of Star Wars media, or I guess not technically cameos, because they have actual roles in the movie, but there's other characters. Zeb from Star Wars Rebels is a big part of this movie, and that's fun because I always enjoy seeing Zeb. I do think we could have gotten a little bit more banter between the Mandalorian and Zeb, because honestly, for how much Zeb is in this movie, the two of them don't really speak to each other a lot, but still, I enjoyed Zeb. I enjoyed Embo a lot. Embo is a bounty hunter from Star Wars The Clone Wars. He has a pretty big role in this movie, and I really enjoyed everything that they did with him. He's kind of just there so that Mando has somebody to fight, and I enjoyed the fight scenes with them. The main villains of the movie are the Hutt twins from the Book of Boba Fett, and I hated that because that reminded me that the Book of Boba Fett exists. But I thought as villains in this movie, they were fine. They were just kind of hateable antagonists. They served their purpose well enough. And out of all of the characters from previous media, the best one was Rada the Hutt. The baby Hutt from the Clone Wars movie, he has a big role in this film. He's not a baby in this movie because this movie takes place a long time after the Clone Wars movie. And inexplicably, somehow, Rada the Hutt is the best character in the movie. He has, like, a really interesting storyline behind his character where he's the son of Jabba the Hutt, but he doesn't like his father, and he's trying to be his own person. Like, that's kind of interesting, and I liked that. As far as new characters go, I don't know, Sigourney Weaver's in this movie. She doesn't really do anything. I'm fairly certain that she was only on set for like 2 days, but she's there. There's an alien who shows up at one point who's voiced by Martin Scorsese, and I don't know why. That's very random. Anyway, yeah, the movie is just a ton of fun to me. There's not, like, a lot that's, like, exceptional about it, except for one thing, and that's the score. That is the one thing that everybody has been talking about with this movie. Like, even the people who don't like this movie love the score. And they're right. The score in this movie is really, really good. The score sounds really, really pretty, and it is so Star Wars without being John Williams. Like, it is very different from what we've heard before, but also very similar, and I really like that. It's composed by Ludwig Göransson, who not only did the Mandalorian show, but also did Sinners last year. And Sinners doesn't just have my favorite film score of 2025, that is one of my favorite film scores of all time. I love that movie score, so Ludwig Göransson, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. He is a really good composer, and I appreciate him carrying on the John Williams tradition of going so unnecessarily hard with the score, even when nothing significant is happening on screen. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that I liked about the movie. I have one problem with it. I think it's a little bit too long. Like, I think this movie probably could have been cut down by like 20 or 30 minutes and you really wouldn't lose a lot. There's a lot of sequences in this movie that I just think go on for a little bit too long. And by the time we got to the end of the movie, I was kind of like, okay, I know where a lot of this is going. I kind of wish that they would just hurry up a little bit and wrap this up. And so, yeah, I do think that's kind of the only, like, huge problem that I have with the movie. Otherwise, it's fun. It's a fun little adventure movie. I don't necessarily even recommend rushing out to see it in theaters that much, but it is just a really fun movie that I enjoyed. And so, yeah, 7 out of 10. That's pretty much all I have to say about this one. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below, what are your thoughts on The Mandalorian and Grogu if you've seen it, and see ya, movie fans.